good? It's your host, Dynasty, and you are now watching Teen Dynasty. Today, you are going to be watching Teen Dynasty, and Teen Dynasty is about anything you name it. It's going to be about relationship, tea, and all the shade. And I'm going to give you the real, the tea, and the shade on teens' life. Better believe that. So today, I am here with three special guests. I am here with Miss Lady P.
Hey y'all, I am Lady P. Check me out on Sundays on Teachers Are Talking, Sunday 6 to 7.
And I have Miss Sky.
I'm Sky.
And then we have Miss Candy J.
What up, y'all?
Oh, okay.
My name is Candy J. Catch me on Candyology, where we talk about love, sex, and relationships. But that's not what this show is about. 8 p.m. on Sundays. What up, K Dynasty?
I'm K Dynasty. As you know, I'm 14. I'm going to be a sophomore in high school next school year. I do color guard. I love to dance, and I have a show, of course, called Teen Dynasty. So, tell me a little bit about yourself, Miss Lady P.
I am a teacher and former teacher.
Hallelujah! Oh,
yeah, I know. Former teacher of 8th grade. Now I am moving into the role of helping out here at KMWI Media.
Yes. Miss Sky, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Sky. I'm 15. I'm about to be a sophomore. I'm in color guard. So.
And Miss Candy J, tell me a little bit about yourself.
well, I am an educator of all things, but I am also a teacher. Hopefully, to be a former teacher by December.
Hey, it's getting rough out there, y'all. It's getting rough.
But what I do for a living is not appropriate for your show.
All right, so today we'll be talking about teachers versus teens. So today, me and Sky have some questions for you guys, and you guys probably have some questions for us. I know it's coming. I know.
Tag.
Y'all are about to be drilling us. So let's start off with this question. I'm so curious about this. Why are teachers so lazy? Like, why do y'all not grade our papers on time?
Excuse me, what?
Why are y'all so lazy? Why are y'all so lazy?
Yes.
Like I could have a paper that I did in September, and y'all don't grade my papers until December.
Wait up!
And me and Sally Lou are over here like, hey, when she gonna grade our papers?
Let me get my composure. Let me give you my composure.
Okay, so you said former teacher. Go for it.
Okay, so first off, it's not that we are lazy. Many times, as we receive papers late.
But I'm talking about for the on-time kids. I'm not talking for the late kids, because I'm on time all the time. I know
Don't
that.
lie. You know you're not.
Let's not talk about you, because you know you don't turn nothing in late. Anyways.
So we're speaking to you for the on time, and then we'll speak to the one that's late.
Yes.
No, I'm on time.
You're late.
Yes, I am.
You're late.
No, I'm on
What
time.
happened with that project that we did in English?
You was
late.
in the same project as me.
Okay, well, let me answer the question. Questions. Many times, teachers are not lazy, but we do have other requirements that we have to get to. And sometimes your paper may not be the first priority of what we need to do. But do you still receive a grade?
At the end of the day, we do receive a grade.
When do you when do you consider late? Or
okay,
when do you expect to have it back? Let me start there first.
Okay, like at least a week. Like you grade our papers, you say you'll have it to us by the end of the week. Okay, we expect that. Like if you set an expectation, we expect it. Okay. But if you say you're gonna do it and you don't grade it till like December, I'm gonna look at you like,
okay, so hold on. What type of grade is this? If we tell you, is it a major grade?
Yes, like a major grade or a minor grade. Either one, one that counts as a grade.
Don't take that long.
Do we really want to tell them the truth, or just tell the truth?
Tell the truth.
Okay, all the teachers in the house said, tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
It don't matter to us because we're going to give you what we want anyway.
Okay, so let's say if it was your kid in the situation, how are you gonna feel about
Okay,
it?
so let's put it this way. We know your potential anyway. We know what you can and cannot do. We know if you're going to be on time, and we know what type of material you're going to turn in. We glance at it. She pretty much got what we asked, the structure of it. But sitting there at home on my time and grading 60 papers that count.
Sometimes 85, 100.
Yeah, because see, I had 150 students. So 150 students with 10 pages each is how many pages? And I have to take my time at home, which may take me 2-3
and
weeks.
we're required to give you certain things, right?
So now, mind you.
So how would you like to go home and read 150 pages?
Yeah, you read that at home on your time.
Well, I'm not a teacher. I'm not trying to be
I
instructive.
know. So, but you want the answer, right?
Matter.
You
But
want
you
the
want
real
an answer to the
You want the
question, though.
answer.
Hey,
You want. So it's not that we're being lazy, but we already know what you can and can't do. You've already proven that by your daily work, which you do in class, and most of the time you get that grade right then and there, correct?
Right.
All right. So major projects, that takes a lot longer to grade, especially if you are not the only student. There are 100 plus of you that we have to grade.
You are not the only student.
Which y'all forget. You forget we have 6 classes, sometimes 8, depending on the teacher. There are how many of you in each class? Average. 20, 30,
29.
about 30. So 30 of you in one class. How long you giving me to grade that? A day? You said I have a day?
no, end of the week.
A week? Okay, so when am I supposed to do this?
Like
After
on your
school.
free time.
When is
What
my
free time?
When is my free time?
What free time do we get?
When's my free
Y'all's
time?
lunch break. Our lunch break is y'all's lunch break. So that means y'all gotta write a little bit. That's like a 3-paper break right there. You'd be like, okay, I got
So
this.
what am I
got
supposed to
this,
eat?
that.
So
What am I supposed to nourish my body?
So
What am I supposed to do those things?
Y'all can nourish y'all's body while y'all in front of us.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this out real quick.
Wait a minute.
Lunch is 30 minutes. How much of that time do we have to waste sometimes to make sure you get to lunch on time?
I don't care who. You
Okay,
can
so
sit my
yeah.
lunch. That's not my problem. I'm gonna walk out that classroom regardless.
That's why
But
the
you
bell dismisses me.
That's why you don't get your papers on time.
you
Wait a
in where a
minute.
bail dismiss you.
The bell dismisses me.
Who told you that?
I read on Google. It says it's
Don't
illegal.
count.
Google said
No,
what?
on Google it says that it is
Take
illegal
me,
for
take me, take me, take me. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. I'm sorry. Who dismisses you? Mrs. Jackson dismisses you. You will not go to lunch. You will not eat that food. I'm required to give you 30 minutes for lunch, but I don't have to have you eating that whole time. I can have you eating for the last 5 minutes if I want to. You ain't got to do nothing. But I got to waste my time because y'all ignorant students acting a daggone fool. So I can't even get my nourishment to my body.
Well, first off, you know what? We're not required to give them 30 minutes. We're on by law. The law states we can only give you 15. You only need enough time to eat. That's the law. We give you 15, baby. Read the law.
Really, they do it for us.
Well, they don't
15
make us read the law,
I mean-
so I'm good.
Hey, but if you can't sue, you can't say anything about it because the law states 15 minutes required. So if you choose
I feel like
not
I'm
to take
required to
all,
how much they give you.
Google said.
It's illegal. It said that you are not supposed to hold us past the bell.
Goodbye.
Google.
Yes, they can. All teachers
No,
do.
no, you're not going to hold me past the bell. And if you complain that I'm late all the time and I have truancy, oh no, ma'am.
That's
you're
your
not.
fault.
I'm not going to
Shut
hold
your
you
classmates
past
up.
the bell.
Let y'all
So you okay with me writing you a referral, right?
Go
You
ahead.
okay with me
Go-
calling Miss Terry, right?
Go ahead. Go
You
ahead.
okay with that?
Go ahead.
So you okay with the consequences
Cause
then?
hey, I must have done something wrong. So go ahead and give me the consequences. So I mean, hey, it's not never happened before. So I'm used to it.
Oh, okay.
You one of those.
So what happens when that phone gets taken away?
Oh,
All
I'm gonna
privileges
be
get
bored,
taken
but best
away.
believe I'm gonna find something to do.
Really?
I got things around the house.
Chores.
I got
You have chores.
Yeah,
You
I
have
got
a cleanup job.
I got coloring books. I got. I can make me a pizza. I
Wait a
can
minute,
do
Kay.
anything.
Why you coloring in
14.
high school, baby? Why you
Okay,
coloring
so
in
so
high
you're
school?
telling me adult coloring books were not made for adults and teenagers? I'm just saying.
I mean,
You laid it
you
out
right
as
on
if
that
it was
one
kindergarten,
part,
so
but
I just
still.
I mean,
but it's a stress
I know,
reliever.
I know some teachers that still give us homework that you can color in.
That's because
So I'm like,
You had a test that was coloring for Spanish.
exactly.
that's because she wasn't grading anything and she didn't find out important.
She just needed one of them daily grades.
Yeah,
to be
she
mad.
just needs something to say complete.
Right.
They
Boom.
did
Done.
something.
'Cause
Or
she's
maybe-
lazy.
No, maybe y'all
Girl,
got
if you call us lazy one more time, I swear I'm gonna have a belt for you. I
I
wish
need
you
to
would.
breathe. I need to breathe.
Don't have palpitation. I mean, we on the show though. We on the
Because
show.
lazy is not an option for a teacher. That's why we have to have breaks to get away from y'all.
Are we not supposed to have a life?
Okay, so there's another question with that. Y'all base y'all's lives off of our grades. Like y'all will be like, so guess what? Y'all be like, so today my child Billy Bob Joe just threw up all over me. And so I couldn't grade any papers last night. Like I get that. You can take care of your child, but at the same time, I know you can make some type of time to grade my papers.
Okay,
I know
so
that.
so just as your mama got to take care of you, we have to take care of our family too. So if you don't want to be neglected by your mama, my kids don't want to be neglected by me either.
Hold on, you guys need to call in at 203-802-5694. 203-802-5694.
So since you want us to come up on charges for neglect of our children,
I
since
didn't say necessarily neglect, but I'm just saying,
What did
like,
you say?
I said after you're done with your child, you can come and grade
After
a
I'm
paper.
done with my
So what time is
Yes, like if you laid them to sleep, you ain't got nothing to do. I don't want to hear y'all.
I don't wait.
Because like,
Wait.
Okay,
Hold on. At one point, hold on. At one point, I had a whole husband, not half a husband, but a whole husband, boo. So go ahead.
An incoming call. Hello, this is Team Dynasty. How may we help you?
Hey, I'm listening to the show and I feel like I need to say a few things.
Yes, ma'am. What is your question?
Okay, well, I'm a teacher also, and some of the stuff that you guys are saying is just crazy. I think you said that teachers base their lives around you guys' grades, like you come in here and want to give you a bad grade because we having a bad day.
Sometimes that is true because I know some teachers, they'd be like, I don't like you. So they just give me like any type of grade. Like my English teacher, I know what he did. He just looked at my paper, just looked at the first sentence and just gave me a 60 on it. He never read our papers or anything. What's the problem? Why aren't you taking your time to grade my paper like I did? I took my time to do the paper. You took your time to give me the work. So why aren't you going to grade my paper?
Okay, well, the thing is, it's not based on your outline, it's based on you made a mess. So it's up to the kid of the year. If you don't make your teacher mad at the end of the year, the grade may go down a couple of points. So that's a nice job to know.
Well,
And the great thing to do.
Well, I feel like our attitudes towards y'all and then y'all's attitude towards us shouldn't like really affect our grade because we're doing our work like we're supposed to, like you giving us. So I don't
Well,
think.
the grade is also behavior. I mean, that's practically it too. When I give an assignment, I mean, I grade what you did, but then also I will add in actually your behavior. So if you come in with a bad attitude, you may get a bad grade.
I guess that sounds fair. Well, thank you for calling, and we'll talk to you next time.
I have to agree with her because I have had many students. Behavior affects grade. You expect to come to my class, tear up my class every day, talk throughout my class every day,
Well, I mean, I can speak for some of the kids.
cut me off in class every day,
Well, I agree.
interrupt me every day. And then expect me to take your paper, read all the way through it, but I haven't even been able to teach a full class. But you want me to read all your paper?
Well, I mean, you gave us the effort for it, and we
Yeah,
gave you our effort.
You are right. I give you effort.
And we give you our effort into our
I
work.
give you effort.
And
Because
I'm gonna give you that 65.
That's it.
Oh.
Okay, I read your first sentence. You messed up on your grammar in the first sentence.
No.
All right, that looks like a 35.
What?
This looks like a 60.
What?
She acting like a 20, but I'm gonna average that out, and we'll get a 65.
No.
But-
yes.
Okay, so what if we do act bad in class, but our paper is like actually good? You still gonna give us that 60?
I'll get you a 70.
A 7, so you just gonna
7?
pass us?
That
What you expect? You have disturbed my class throughout you guys, what do we give you on there? You get a grade of what? Conduct.
Right,
You
we
get
go
a grade
by
of conduct.
we go by the
You get a
grade
grade
sheet.
Yeah, but you get a grade of conduct. You get an S, you get an N, you get an E, you get all that, right?
Right.
That also affects your grade. Because if you're coming in my class and I have not been able, I had a class last year, I had one class. I had 6 kids that refused to let me teach that class. But guess what? They didn't get the material. They were my lowest scoring class because I could not teach them. So what do you think? I was going to sit there and wait and take my time and grade all of their work, and they're mad at me? You didn't grade my work. What? Tone, Patricia, tone, lady. No, I almost said something that's not appropriate for a teen show.
So I'm not as cutthroat as that. I will read your paper.
I'm not.
I will.
I won't.
But it's gonna be the last one to be read.
Exactly.
And when I get to it, I get to it.
Exactly.
All the other good kids will have their papers back. They'll get great feedback for their papers. But when I get to yours, I'll get to yours.
Yeah, so
That's interesting.
Is it?
That's
very
fair.
interesting.
That's fair.
I guess
is that fair?
That's
I
fair.
guess.
Thank you.
We got somebody.
I guess that's fair. Yeah.
But back to this laziness though. Laziness.
We're
I
not
had a
letting
whole
But y'all
husband.
will come into class and say, I was watching Grey's Anatomy and I was doing this and
Oh,
I was
no,
watching
no, no,
Scandal.
no.
But y'all don't
No,
want to
no.
grade our papers.
No, no,
It's
no.
taking you 6 months, even for the good kids.
No. I have stuff to do, boo. I have stuff to do. I have multiple businesses. I have a 4-year-old child to deal with. On top of all of the 100 and some odd kids that call me mom and be texting me on Remind. Mom,
all
can you
my food.
answer my questions? Mama, I got this dating issue going on.
I wanna
Mama, I
ignore
got
it.
this going on.
That's what a send to the counselor draft looks like. to me.
Oh,
No, they don't want to go to the
don't
counselor. They
want
want to come to us.
Right.
I had a student that texted me every
hello, every day.
day.
All day.
Every day. Came by my room all day long. Hi, Miss Thomas. Hey, how you doing? What are you doing? Miss Thomas, can I have a hug? Miss Thomas, okay, go away. But that's one student. There were maybe multiple 10, 20 students all day. Can I eat lunch with you?
Right.
Can I just stay in your room?
My planning time was never my planning time.
Never,
Ever.
Can I come in your room? It's after school. Can I sit with you? Can I clean your room? Can I just come in here? Can I do that? No. But they come anyway. So I'm supposed to ignore them? What if it was you? What if it was you that needed
What if
that?
it was you? Could you?
What if it was What if you were that student that needed that attention? What if you were that student that wanted to?
Well, I mean, they give us counselors for a reason. So
Okay,
I mean,
they don't want the counselor. They want me.
Okay,
You ain't
They
getting it. You ain't
tell
getting
me.
it.
No,
Repeat
I
the
get
order.
it.
So
No, I
I'm
get it,
supposed
but
to-
I'm saying
you
like
don't get it.
that's what because
You
y'all
don't get
tell us to go to the counselor
You're
even
not
after
going.
the fact.
You're not going.
Listen,
You're
got
not.
you.
I mean, but your friend's not.
Right.
Your friend's still in my room. Your friend's still.
You're the minority. We talking about the majority.
Miss Thomas, you got something to eat?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Thomas, I'm hungry. Miss Thomas, can I have some of your food? Miss Thomas, can I use your microwave? Miss Thomas, can you put this in your refrigerator?
Mm-hmm.
Did I buy it for you?
Okay, that's
Is
you.
my question.
But that's
You
it.
didn't answer the other. That's the other 80
Well, the other 80 is just a weird generation. That's all I got.
out of the 20 that didn't come.
Right. Hello.
So the 20 must be weird. And the 80 are the ones.
The 80 are the ones that need some extra help. It needs
And
to
they do. Yes, they do.
That's
They
why
need
they go
to
to
listen.
them.
That's why they go where?
To them.
to the
To
teachers.
us. They come to us. Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Somebody
Somebody on the wrong side of the street here.
No,
It's
no.
like, I get where you coming from, but I get where she coming from.
Well, that's good. That's good.
I see both sides. It's just like
She rather believe her side. That's why.
because my side is correct. So the next question. I feel like some teachers like to discriminate kids, and like sometimes it could be racial. It could be the way that they act. You can have Billy Bob Joe, he's so good or whatever, and he be in the quiet kids section. Then you got a loud kids section. Then you got a ghetto kids section. You got a this and you got a that. Or you just put the blacks, the whites, and the Mexicans at one table. Because I had a teacher that did that. She put the blacks on one table, the whites in the middle, and then the Mexicans on the other side. So I was looking at this like, okay, so what foolery is she trying to play on me? Because I want to sit with some of my white friends and my Mexican friends. Why can't we have a mixed table? What's going on with that?
Now, okay.
I would like Miss Candy to answer on this one.
Okay. Go ahead, Candy Jane. I'm too cutthroat.
Well, see what had happened was, can I tell the truth?
Yeah, tell the truth.
So first of all, what's your reading level?
My
What's your writing level?
It should be high because I mean, like it's on the.
Okay.
So what you don't know, sitting in the background, okay, is we have to base our groups upon your reading level, your writing level, okay. Those students that are going to be able to help each other, right? Those active learners that can teach other students, right.
Okay, I get that, but that's the thing.
And then-
But I'm saying, but like racial and then like behavioral.
Okay.
Hold on.
Is the
Hold on,
question.
wait. So then, hold on. There's other factors. Then I have SPED kids that I have to intertwine
Special
into that.
education
Special
students.
education students. Okay. And so then I also have behavioral issues. So what if all of the kids that fit the criteria that I need happen to be black?
And a lot of times that's the case. They have the lowest reading level. They have the behavior issue all at the same time. Now, sometimes you try to mix them with someone else who's like yourself on a higher level. But guess what they do? They contaminate that group. And when they contaminate that group, we have to move them back to a group that we can contain. And we have to manage, because sometimes if I'm doing small group, I have to sit at that table.
Right.
Because at that table, they do not have the ability to control themselves.
So do y'all for the higher level students, do y'all separate them out throughout the back, not like the back kids, but like the lower level kids to help
try
them?
to.
I try. But
Okay,
it
so what
depends.
if the bad kids are the ones who are the higher level, but they just don't show it in class? It's like
Then you where you
fall.
Yeah.
Because if you can't show me that ability, then I don't know that you have it.
Exactly.
okay, well, what if they show it and it's like they don't show it in class, but it's in their work?
Yeah.
Now that's different.
That's
I do
different.
take that
Right.
into consideration.
Right.
So if I know that Billy Bob Sue has this excellent writing ability and Sky is on kindergarten level and she in high school,
okay.
then I might pair. I'm just saying. I'm using an example. Then I'm going to pair you guys together to try to help bridge the gap somewhere. But it don't have nothing to do with personal. It don't have nothing to do with Mexicans versus black and white and
A lot of times
orange and green.
a lot of times behavior is associated with your reading level. Most of the kids that are acting out it's because they don't understand what's going on.
Right.
So the only way they can get their attention or stay occupied in class is the act of food.
Right.
That's the only thing they know to do. So we have to separate them. And unfortunately, a lot of time it is our little black children. Unfortunately.
So I know a lot of the times teachers usually tell people what they do in their lifetime, like at school, instead of give the lesson. So
Spent like 10 minutes talking about
so
personal life.
me and her, we both
10
had,
minutes,
we were in like the same class, and we had 2 teachers this school year. They told us their whole entire life story.
personal life.
They told us how they were like suicidal.
How
when
the
they were
baby
young.
came out, where the baby was born,
Right.
suicide, college, high school.
Right. They were giving us the XYZ every single day. It would be like the first 45 minutes before lunch, we would gossip and everything like that. You know, we would interact with
She
other
would sit there,
kids.
she would talk about her favorite YouTubers, like what she would do, or like all this other stuff.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Because I just want to know why.
Okay, so let me put it this way. A lot of times you guys see us, but you don't see us as real people.
Right.
And in order for you to see us as real people, sometimes we have to bring you into our world. And when we bring you into our world, we're building this relationship with you, and it's building a bond with you. So, but we're not. I'm not trying to give you a whole hour worth of business.
Right.
Well, some teachers do give you like their whole life story in like 45 minutes, and
Okay,
I'm asking,
now-
why couldn't you teach me in that 45
What
minutes?
type of class was this?
Like it was science
Bio-
and English.
it was-
Okay, so
biology.
in this biology class, did having the baby relate to what you guys were talking about?
No, she's not the one with the baby. The English teacher is
Just the one with the baby.
Okay, what was she trying to teach y'all?
She's genes,
I don't
amino
know.
acids and
It
stuff
was
like
like a
that.
whole bunch of stuff.
Okay,
It's
because
like-
a lot of times we relate our lives to what we're teaching.
No,
But
she
the-
was.
but the
She talked
thing-
about
but-
the James Charles scandal. She talked about her suicidal thoughts.
Right,
She talked
but
about
like
her
how-
family, her problems. Like this was nothing compared to biology at all.
Right. So how is that tying into our?
Okay, so I don't agree with that at all. Like, I'm not going to sit there and talk about my life for 45 minutes.
No,
No.
no.
But what I do agree with Lady P is I always bring a personal story
Right.
to everything because I'm an
Right.
English teacher, remember?
Exactly.
So I bring a personal story to everything. So, like, we were talking about the Diary of Anne Frank.
Right.
And I had them bring hiding bags to the class. So I told this whole story about my childhood in the first 15 minutes to get them to relate to
Exactly.
what we were talking about. But I don't agree with that 45 minutes. I don't, maybe that was a therapy session.
I
don't
know, like our English teacher gets long-winded. We could be talking about paradoxes, and then we end up on
Talking
his
about how his
children.
baby came.
Right? Because like
Talking
one day,
about
because
what
one
he
day
did for the holiday.
it was too much. Like we just got back from the holiday. We were doing it. We were just sitting there. We were about to start our work. He's like, "Okay, guys, we're about to start our work." And he said that about 10 times, and then he said, "You know
Oh
what?"
yeah, I
he
forgot
said,
to tell you guys. I did this over spring.
Yeah, he was like, our baby done came. That's why we weren't here that week. And I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. But we don't because we don't like you. But
was
like,
that
the thing is,
was that a long story
It
though?
was-
Well, it was,
did.
he put a whole story to
Like,
it.
he was like,
where it
yeah.
happened, how it
he
happened.
was like, as soon as my
everything.
wife walked out the door, the baby came out. You know,
He
when
made
babies come
noises
out.
too. Like he made full on
Way
noises.
too much.
Yeah, he made the noises. He was like, and this is how she was walking. We went to the car. The baby was already out by the time
This
we
is
got
what
to
she
the
sounds
hospital.
like this stuff came out. He said,
Right.
"That's exactly
Yeah, she was like,
what he did."
because we were in class and he said, yeah, and when the water popped, it sounded like, and I was scared because I thought something busted in her belly. And I was like, bro, are you like really
that's-
qualified to be my English teacher? You're like a little.
Okay, so in English as well, sometimes maybe he was trying to get y'all to think creatively and to expand on your thinking. Did y'all have to write a paper or write something?
No, this
we
just
were-
happened after spring break.
He was trying to catch us up on what we missed, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, you guys." I raised my hand. I'm sorry, I was disrespectful that day because he was making me mad. I said, "Excuse me, can we just work on our work?" He said, "Hold on, I'm not done with the story." Like I didn't ask about the story. I just asked if we can do our work. You already put it on Google Classroom. I already got it pulled up. He done made me put. He was like, "You're being distracted from my story, so you need to 45 your computer." I said, "No, I'm gonna leave it there and I'm gonna type my stuff like I'm supposed
At
to."
that point, I don't care.
Because when I get home, I don't want to hear my mom saying, "You got a missing in the grade book." Okay, it's his fault for talking about how his baby made up in her grade. Like, come on now. She wondered why sometimes I got missings. It's because his baby said.
Now, I do know of teachers that are long-winded.
Yes.
I do know a few teachers that tell all their business. I do know some that like to tell stories.
Right.
I mean, there's quite a few, but it's not all.
Right.
It's
I mean,
most.
It's not all.
it's not all.
Okay,
It's
if
not
you
even
think
most.
it's not even
It's-
okay.
it
Wait,
is
okay, let's put it
majority
this
in
way.
high school.
Most of the teachers do tell stories, but a lot of times, like I told you, we're trying to build relationships with y'all so you can see us beyond a teacher, or you can have that.
Well, some of us see you guys like outside of school. We know you're not like a person that just stands there in the classroom and just stays there every day, all day,
said some.
24/7.
Some. There, I had students that thought I lived at the school.
Right.
They
Well,
they
We do
thought
have
I
a
was-
teacher at our school that does live at the school in the office, but that's another story for another day.
Oh.
So that's why some kids at our school do believe that teachers do stay there. Yes, he's lonely and single. Kids, if you're from my school,
We
you
don't
know
need
who
to
I'm
know.
talking
We don't need
about.
to know all that.
Don't do that.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah. That's why some kids lead to believe that teachers do stay at school.
That's far and in between.
Right.
I mean, that's one
very
out
far
of,
and in between.
out of.
But I think you are missing the point, though. You're trying to build relationships
Yeah.
with you guys, and
Right.
a lot of kids, especially our behavioral ones, we really want to try to build that relationship because we don't want to build it so we don't kill them. Yes, because I had kids that would come to my room when they would act a fool in so and so's room, and I was the only one that could tame them because I built that relationship.
Exactly.
My teacher duct taped this kid's mouth shut.
Telling our
Because he
business.
kept talking, so she duct taped his mouth. Like, she wrapped the whole head in duct tape.
Our teacher,
And then she took him to the class, and all the teachers was like, "Thank you."
one of our teachers grabbed the kid by his hoodie, like the hood, and like threw him out the classroom. Just like opened the door and said, "Get out! I'm done with you."
yeah.
Just like I'm done
I'm
dealing with you.
scared for that one though.
Why? What I do?
No. For the teacher that.
Oh, she a good teacher. She just
don't put up with it.
crap.
Oh Jesus. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, so this
question. Okay,
this
I
is
got a
gonna.
question.
You got a question? Okay,
yes,
go
yes.
first.
Okay, so why do teachers feel the need to threaten students with calling their parents or calling the office? And like, why do y'all do that?
It's not a threat. It's a promise.
No,
That's a
teachers-
guarantee.
No,
Not for all teachers.
Okay,
Teachers
so
do it
okay,
all
let's
the
put it this
time.
way. Let's put it this way. Why do you feel the need that you can come in my class and do what you want to do?
Oh, that ain't me. I'm just asking, like,
So-
out in general.
Why do we have to threaten? Why are we threatening you to call your parent?
I guess so we can act better, but I mean,
Better,
like
but-
some parents. I'm just saying, some parents don't care
Really don't
too
care.
much. So
We know
why?
that. We
So
know.
so
We
then
know.
why do you continuously threaten us?
Because we have nothing else sometimes to threaten you with.
Sometimes.
But if we don't, if we don't get better, then why are you continuing to threaten us? Like, I mean, this is wasting your breath,
You know,
wasting
let me
your
put
time.
it this way. Let me
Just
put
put
it
them
this way.
outside.
For me,
Like an
it's
animal.
a promise. It will happen. But once I find out that your parent is not a parent that cares, I'm not threatening with that. I have other means of getting you back, like not grading your paper. Like making sure
like
you have a
failing.
20 on the grading. That 20 will sit there. Oh, I need to put a 10. So I will
Dang.
start out the class with just straight zeros. For
Right.
every assignment I give you, I put a 0
Right.
in until I receive the work. If I never receive the work, I will never change that grade.
That sounds fair. That's
Okay,
fair.
that's-
So that's
I feel
how
like more teachers should kind of do that.
Oh, I'm a straight zero.
Again,
I'm a straight- yeah,
but then again, with our grading system, it's like within the couple of hours that they put in the grade, it sends an immediate email home. So like,
That's
if
why
we,
I do it.
yeah, exactly.
So, but if we already did the work and we already sent it to you and you haven't graded it yet, why can't
me
you
tell
just
you-
keep it like as a nothing?
Let me tell you a
Nah.
trick though.
Nah.
If you're behaving badly in my class and I haven't been able to get your mother or
Yeah.
father on the phone, I'm
I
gonna put
let
that
the
0 in there.
and
Oh,
let it
just so
sit
she
there.
can
It's
get
an
that
alert.
email.
And then they're gonna call me.
Yeah,
Then they're gonna
it sits
email
there.
me.
It sits there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll let it sit there until the grading period, a day before, and before I know report cards are coming out or progress reports.
My kid is failing.
Oh, is she? Oh, I've been meaning to talk to you. Come on in. Let's have a discussion.
Let's have a conference.
Yes, let's talk.
Conferences never work in high school anymore. I'm telling you.
Nobody gonna come. 'Cause I know that's what my dad did. He actually went to my math teacher and he was like, "I know my child. I know she's loud. I know she's talkative, but like, but does she do her work?" And that's it. But I do my work.
Me too.
I do. I mean, I'm loud. I'm talkative, but I do my work.
But do you let the people around you do their work?
Yes.
Or is your loud and
No.
talkativeness? Apparently, you're talking to someone.
Right.
No.
Someone, you got somebody's ear, because I know you're not sitting there talking to yourself.
If I'm doing my work and I'm talking, I'm gonna do it while I'm working.
But you
Right, I'm gonna sit there and gossip and work at the same
But
time.
that's
Not
not-
everybody can do
But
that.
that's not my problem. If you don't want to pay
But
attention
like,
to me,
if
let
you
me
sit
talk
there
to
talking,
myself.
But you're distracting the people that cannot do that.
But,
That's the problem.
but
But
then
then
me
let
talk. I can't sit there and be rude.
Let
Yes,
me
you
talk.
can.
Yes, you
No,
can.
I can't.
Yes, you can. So
I
you can get your work done.
I'm the rudest
I get
one
my
in the
work
group.
done, but I sit there and I
Let
listen.
them get their work done.
Because I guarantee
If you
the
know-
one you're talking to is the main one that cannot understand, the main one that cannot read. They're on the kindergarten level.
They all say
And
that, but then it's still, if you do move them away, and that's still like they're like that still happens, and they talking on their own. How are we supposed to?
Like you
benefit
said,
from that?
classes are made up of at least 30 kids. You can't push away every single
You
kid.
can't. That's the
can't.
problem.
That's the problem.
I can't. I'm not like that.
That's the problem.
Right, because eventually we're all gonna be friendly at the by the end of the school
Exactly.
year. We're gonna be all friends with
That's
the.
true, you
except
will.
for my English class, I had a couple kids I didn't like still.
I mean, you will become friends. I mean, in every class, you always have a few kids, no matter where you sit them, they make friends with everybody.
Oh, that's me.
Me too.
Yeah, everybody. But
I get my work done.
that's what I was about to say. Most of those kids get their work done, but no one around them gets their work done. No,
That's not my problem. That's their problem.
So
If I give you my work and it's on time,
So,
Billy Bob Joe,
Especially if we work together on it. If we work together on it and you
Exactly.
still don't get your work, that's
So
not my problem.
let me put it this
I better
way.
get my grade for that
So,
work.
Let
You
me
better
put
give
it
him a
this
0.
way. So you guys could care less about other people's feelings or other people's problems.
Not
No, I'm
their
not
feelings
saying
and
that.
problems, but like it's not my fault
It's
that
not
you
my
were
fault
talking to
that
me. It's not my
You are
fault.
causing a problem for the other person, so you
Pay
don't
attention.
care.
No, but if we
No,
all
pay
work
attention, that's not
together
my
and they're the
fault.
only one that didn't do it, we say, hey, do this, and they
But
didn't know
it
it.
sounds
That's
like
not
you're
our
working
fault.
together. It sounds like you're just sitting there gossiping. You're not actually helping them with the
I do
work.
not.
You know what? I'm gonna just threaten
You
them.
said
I'm
you
gonna
do
take
your
their
work.
name off of that work. I'm gonna threaten
I'm
them.
taking
Take
that, erase
name
the
off
name,
of
be
it.
like, you didn't do nothing, you sat here, I told you to do this,
How
and
does
you
that
ain't
help?
do it. This is
Huh?
my work.
How does that help?
They
That's their
immediately
fault.
it immediately focuses them. They're like, oh, let me get back into this work because I need this grade. Like they know that it's gonna help. Because like if I say you're not doing your work, so you're not getting this grade that we're doing, so I'm gonna erase your name, and that's just how.
And then
it
that's
is.
when they start
But that
coming,
works for
that's when
group
they
work.
take
But how does that work for their individual work?
That's just not my fault. If you don't do your work,
But if
whatever.
you're distracting them by talking.
Tough.
See, there's a rule in my classroom. As long as you are talking about your work,
You can
You can talk as much as you
Nobody
want.
goes by that.
That's all. Nobody goes by the rule. That still applies.
And then
for
I
us.
shut it down.
Exactly. And then
And
there's
I write
no
people
talking.
up.
But you different than the teachers at our school.
No
Yeah.
talking. And then I put on my.
Because
That's when I put
honestly-
on my calm, quiet music that puts everybody to sleep. And
Oh,
then,
you do that in our school? Oh, it's guaranteed everybody in that class is going to sleep, except me because I'm gonna do my work.
I wish they would.
Cause
I
my mom,
wish they would
my
go to
mom,
sleep.
she's not
I
crazy.
wish they
My mom's
would.
not crazy, but I know my mama.
Now you
my
know
heartbeat.
your-
My mom say my mama
Go
crazy.
ahead.
I'll jump across
You
this
know
table.
your mama crazy.
My mama ain't that crazy. now.
So
I know your
yeah.
Wait,
don't
I know your mother.
I will speak on behalf of
I know
your
she's
mother.
crazy.
I've known your mom for a very, very long time. Your mama crazy.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you.
I will speak on behalf.
Hello? Hello.
We have traveled together. We have known each other for just as long as you've been alive.
14 years.
Yes, you were very little, like 1, 2. So I've known your mom your entire life. Your mama crazy. Crazy. Say she ain't.
Huh.
I said she's kind of crazy. She ain't that crazy though.
Okay, yeah, however you want to take it.
This is my last question I gotta ask for you guys,
Alright.
but like, it's about y'all's breath. Some teachers' breath.
Oh my God.
Nasty. So y'all walk in a classroom, right? And y'all have the most breath mints. Y'all have the most breath mints. Y'all have gum stacked up, on your.
But y'all don't use it. Your breath smell like coffee or
So,
McDonald's.
for real. So y'all drink y'all's coffee in the morning. Kudos to y'all.
To
Y'all drink
protect
y'all-
you. That's
you
for
just-
your protection.
You use your vegan smoothies, your green smoothies, but why?
Protection again.
But look, why
Y'all
don't
trying to focus on getting y'all body right, but y'all not focusing on y'all breath.
We not focused on getting our body right. We focused on getting
Like-
our mind right so we don't hurt anyone.
Okay,
'Cause
well
I
that
know-
gum. I know some teachers is like that gum helps me concentrate whenever you're acting bad. It makes me chew on it and make me think of you. Okay, and you really can't chew on me because I'm not edible. First of all,
We're
I'm
not
a-
talking
I'm-
about chewing for
Oh, God.
chewing on you. We're not talking about literally.
Okay,
chewing on
so no, they was talking about like that.
They trying not to
weird
hurt
teachers.
you. They are trying not to hurt you.
I am so
I wish a
lazy.
teacher would touch me, calling 911.
That's why I said they're chewing on the gum.
I'm not doing no gum. You better make sure I have my coffee.
That's
I had kids that
exactly.
were bringing me my coffee because they knew
They already know.
these pretty red and black braids will be pulled out your hair if you don't bring
I'm
me
glad I'm not her
my
student.
coffee. No, I'm kidding.
Ask
I'm
your
kidding
mama.
about that. But
Ask your mama
but-
how am I if I don't get my coffee. in the
But
morning.
you don't want to. So it's okay if my breath smells like coffee.
Yes.
It's okay if it smells like orange juice and pancakes and whatever I might have had that
Why you
morning.
ain't offer me no orange juice?
There you go.
There you
I'm just
Right
kidding. I don't want
there.
I don't want none of y'all pancakes.
Whatever.
Yes, you do. You just asked.
Whatever.
I can go to IHOP and go get me some.
Whatever.
pancakes
That's what you
myself.
always say when you don't get it and I say no. That's
Right.
what they always say.
I can miss. Why you ain't get me no sausage biscuit? I like Chick-fil-A too, miss.
Yeah. Okay. You gonna like? Okay.
Well, I wanted to thank you guys for being
We're
on the
done?
show today. Yes, ma'am, we are.
It was
I just want to
fun.
say thank you guys for being on the show. Next week's topic is going to be about light skins versus brown skins versus dark skins.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
So we're going to see how
tune in
that
to
works
that
next week.
Oh, guys.
And this is Team Dynasty, where we're building one throne at a time.
Oh, God. I feel bad for people.